So guys, tonight I just watched the drama comedy Is This Thing On, which is directed by Bradley Cooper and stars Will Arnett, Laura Dern, Andra May and Bradley Cooper. Now Bradley Cooper co-wrote the screenplay with Will Arnett and Mark Chappell, and the film is loosely based on the life of an English comedian, John Bishop, who also receives a story credit. So what's the whole story about? Well, it's about a character named Alex, who's played by Will Arnett, who is going through, he's at that point in his life, reaching middle-aged, and he's facing an impending divorce. But then his life starts to change as he starts to approach something he's never done in his life before, and that is this stand-up comedy circuit scene in New York City. All the while his wife Tess confronts the sacrifices she's made for their family. I gotta say, I like the title on this one, where it's playing to the fact that it's someone with a microphone doing stand-up comedy, but also where is someone's relationship going. I think it's refreshing that we see a film like this where we're delving into how someone's life is going who's doing stand-up comedy and how they're balancing that with their family life. But what's nice is it's their new hobby that sort of lifts them out of the monotony of their day-to-day. Full props to the writing team and the direction of this film. I thought all the characters were really, really good in this story. And also to trump that as well were the performances. I thought Will Arnett and Laura Dern were the absolute standouts of this film, giving very deep, emotional characters. And whilst watching them, I felt like I was watching real people rather than actors playing a part. And that was really, really good because I know who these actors are, and yet I still felt like I was watching the characters on the screen rather than them playing a role. As for the tone of the film, it's a drama comedy. It's definitely more focused on drama throughout much of the story. As far as the comedy, I wouldn't really call it any sort of laugh out loud comedy film. It had a couple of moments like that, very, very few. It's more in the humorous category, and intentionally so, because it's supposed to be focusing on the drama aspect of the comedian. I think one of the best parts in the film for me, although I won't spoil anything, was right in the middle of the story, something I should have seen coming, where he is doing some stand-up comedy. It's a big night for him, and someone comes into the venue and sees him perform, and it kind of creates an awkward situation. And I was literally, if you could have seen my face watching the film, I was kind of shocked, like, okay, what's going to happen? I don't know what. And that's one of the biggest props of this film, is felt like I was taken on a journey up and down, up and down. I never was quite sure where it was actually going to go, because where was his relationship going to go with his wife Tess? Was it actually going to end in divorce, or was it going to actually reach a brighter spot? The film always kept me guessing. The emotion of the film is also one of its strongest points. To how they decide to split up, how it affects their kids, their family, how it affects them as well, how they find it struggling to open up to one another. That was all very, very good. If there is any negative thing, I'll start out by saying a positive, and this will lead into a slight negative. What it is how this film was able to feel more real is the way Bradley Cooper decides to shoot this. He gives it a more documentarian style. He zooms right in on the characters' faces and stays with them. You almost feel like a third person in the room or in someone's conversation. And then what it does is there's a lot of lingering shots, and that's what makes it feel real. It feels like if you're out on the street and you were recording my life and day to day as I go about, there's going to be lots of, for lack of a better word, unexciting moments. There's no big score or soundtrack going behind that. You'll see me walk down the street and a camera's just on my shoulder. It's like that. So I praise it for that, but I think because this was a film that was just over 2 hours, it got to about past the midway point, getting on to about 3/4 of the way through the film, and I just felt the film just slow down a little bit too much for me, like air seeping out of a balloon just a little bit. But that's only a minor nitpick, because I really did appreciate how that made it feel also very real. And because of how this film ends, which I really, really enjoyed, had the film stayed on that vibe right to the end, I probably would have lent more into the negative, but it didn't, because I like how this film resolved itself. I like that journey that it took me on. I actually thought this was a well-structured film. One person I haven't mentioned in this is Bradley Cooper, although I put him as fourth billing in this film. He probably has a more minor role in the film. At the beginning, up to halfway point, he doesn't feature in it that much, and then he comes more into it in the second half of the film. But he's probably the person who has some more of the humorous lines. He had that sort of awkward comedy vibe about him, and I think me and the audience who was watching it really just enjoyed any time he was actually on the screen. So now let's get down to the rating of the film. I would put this film as a very good film. I really enjoyed it. I thought the characters were strong. I thought the performances were even stronger. And I liked the fact that we had a refreshing story following a stand-up comedian as they take on that role and how it affects and uplifts their life around them. So have you seen this film, or are you planning to? Let me know in the comments below. As always guys, if you made it this far in the video, leave us a like and subscribe, and check out my other playlists which cover things like movie reviews, movie rankings, movie locations, movie attractions, and so much more. I want to thank you again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.